Well, it just gets worse and worse and worse every single day. I mean, everything I hear about this President Trump, and believe you me, I am no Clinton supporter. Lock them up, okay? And the podesters. Investigate them. You know, there's enough there. Pizzagate evidence. Serious, serious shit. But, you know, Donald Trump, exactly the same. The pair of them are two dirty little fuckheads that were put up for a choice for America to vote for. So America, you should be asking yourselves, why was it that you got the choice between a psychopath and a narcissist, okay, to choose for, to be governing your country? Ask yourself that question. It's the kind of choice that tyrants provide to the public, okay? Tyrants who did 9/11, okay? You know, 9/11, you know, all the millions of Middle Eastern people who've lost their homes, their jobs, their livelihoods, their countries, their freedom, they've been maimed, orphaned, killed in their millions. Now in Libya, you know, now the terrible Gaddafi has gone, you know, black people are being sold as slaves. Women and little girls are being raped, okay? Because that is what you have left America and Britain. And now it turns out that Trump laundered money for the Russians. Do you believe this? Say yes if you do, then like, comment and share. Okay, so this apparently, well, Elliot Ritzband here says, I know it's true, I worked in Russia for 10 years and I know absolutely that he was being courted by the then KGB at least 10 years ago. Yes, he's done it for years. The reason for not wanting to show his tax returns. Well, there's another reason for him not wanting to show his tax return. And this is the reason, okay? All his out-of-court settlements for abuse of children. Okay? And all settled out of court. Okay, so, you know, what kind of country are you, America? What kind of country lawfully allows pedophiles to silence their victims in with out-of-court settlements, and then the public's none the wiser that they're a paedophile? Okay, what kind of country allows that? So that rich people basically can do what the fuck they like as long as they've got enough money to pay out in an out-of-court settlement. Okay? And as I've said before, you know, this has been up for over a year. Over a year this video has been up. Okay? Over a year. November 2016. Well, apparently, you know, Donald Trump's asking for the IP addresses of people who've made tweets against him. He wants to know the IP addresses. Well, you know, why hasn't he got this guy's? Why hasn't he got this guy's IP address? Okay, why hasn't he asked for this guy's IP address and sued the pants off him? Okay, because it's quite explicit, Mr. Trump. It's quite explicit. Is it more fake news? Well, we would like you to prove that it's fake news, actually, because, you know, a sane, rational, compassionate Christian public, surely that America is, would like to be sure that their president, the man with the finger on the nuclear button, itching to press it, surely those people would like to be sure that you didn't anally rape Charles Bacon when he was 11 years old, that you didn't pay him a $3 million out-of-court settlement that apparently happened in 1994 at Trump Towers. Okay. Oh, and that's not the only one. Do you want me to go on through all of them, Mr. Trump? Perhaps you would like to explain to us why it is you want the IP address of people who've been making nasty tweets about you, but you don't want to know the IP address of this guy. And I suppose, yeah, oh, fake news, fake news, fake news.
President Trump has repeatedly downplayed his business ties to Russia, but a fascinating new piece of journalism tracks 3 decades of Russian money connected to Trump properties. Trump's Russian laundromat reads the headline in the New Republic, quote, whether Trump knew it or not, Russian mobsters and corrupt oligarchs use Trump's properties not only to launder vast sums of money from extortion, drugs, gambling, and racketeering, but even as a base of operations for their criminal activities. Without the Russian mafia, it is fair to say Donald Trump would not be president of the United States. That is a weighty charge. And with us tonight, the author of this piece, Craig Unger, a contributor at the New Republic. Before I even let you say a word, I've got another paragraph I want to read to you that you wrote. Over the past 3 decades, at least 13 people with known or alleged links to Russian mobsters or oligarchs have owned, lived in, and even run criminal activities out of Trump Tower and other Trump properties. Many used his apartments and casinos to launder untold millions in dirty money. Some ran a worldwide high-stakes gambling ring out of Trump Tower and a unit directly below one owned by Trump.
If you want to know when he was first compromised by the Russians, I go back 33 years to 1984, and at that time a guy named David Bogadin walked into Trump Tower. He was a Russian immigrant, and he had ties to the most powerful crime ring in Russia.
Right. So, there you go. Okay? And including that list, child trafficking and child prostitution and child pornography, include it all in there as well. You know, we're talking about a guy who was best friends with the Clintons, who, well, we've seen all their connections, haven't we, with Pizzagate and the Podestas. And so if he were best friends with the Clintons, then obviously he was best friend with the Podestas. And he was best friends with Epstein, a convicted serial child abuser, rapist, child rapist. Let's just be straight about it. The guy's a child rapist. You know, there's the 19 women come forward, there's the sworn affidavits of 2 victims, now adult victims, that, you know, one of them was the victim of rape by Trump when she was 13. The other witnessed it, and also claims that that same night she's also witnessed him receiving oral sex from a 12-year-old. So, you know, this is the kind of man that America's prepared to vote into power. And I've got some people on my Facebook who are nice people, you know. I can't say that they're not nice people. They claim to be genuinely concerned about child abuse as related to Pizzagate, but they're not concerned about the allegations against Trump. Apparently it's all fake news. Everything that says anything at all against Trump is fake news. Well, I'm sorry, you ran quite a distance, a few laps with that flag, haven't you? Well, it's a false flag, okay? It's fake news. Okay, the fake news is your calling. You people have voted in fake news, haven't you? You fell for the fake news of Trump as given to you by the likes of Alex Jones. Okay, Alex Jones. You fell for the fake news that Trump is the man. Trump's going to make America great again. Trump's going to do this. Trump's going to do that. You've all fallen for the fake news. So the real news then is that Trump is a fucking criminal, exactly as bad as Hillary. And like I say, how is it that the people of America end up having a choice between a psychopath paedophile and a narcissist paedophile? Okay? 9/11. Well, I would like to ask the American authorities, are the laws of physics fake news as well? Is that fake news? The laws of physics? Because your conspiracy theory about 9/11 collapses in the face of universal law of physics. Your conspiracy theory collapses in the face of the law of physics. So which is it to be? Okay? Your fake news is supposed to be real. That is the real world. And the law of physics is what? Fake news? It's fake. No, you people are fake, and you're too fake. You're too fake to be human. And America thinks of itself as a Christian country, a bit like Britain, you know. Well, all I can say is Jesus hates the worlds that Britain and America are created and support. Jesus hates them, okay? Jesus hates your parliament, Okay, he hates your world, and Jesus has asked me to hate this world because it is run by criminals and liars and child murderers and child abusers. We've had the whole of Parliament, the Ministry of Justice, the High Court and the BBC and every fucking power you can imagine have come out in Britain to support and protect a gang of satanic fucking baby trafficking paedophile fucking murderers that are running central London. Okay? Lawfully suspected, lawfully evidenced crimes, lawful suspicion. They have all conspired to cover it up. And the amount of time and energy that they've invested into literally persecuting people who've spoken out against it, well, that speaks volumes in itself. If that children's crime report was a hoax, then why the fuck did there have to be a D notice put out on it so the press were not allowed to cover our concerns? The total lack of justice, absolutely zero justice given to those children. Instead, further abuse by the very authorities that they depended on to safeguard them and protect them. You dirty, filthy scum. Now, Britain, America, if you people, the people of those nations, if you're prepared to carry on just working and living and drinking and playing your games and snorting your drugs and shopping around at your supermarket and planning your next holiday, right, if you're prepared to just fucking carry on, right, well, I'm very sorry, you're all in for a very rude awakening, okay? That is all I can say to all of you. Now, you either wake up and give this fucking system a very rude awakening. Go and have a look at some of my other videos. Get with the facts. Okay? Now, if you're going to give them a rude awakening, there's hope. There's hope. But if you are not going to give these authorities, these disgusting, despicable criminal powers, and the disgusting, despicable consciousnesses that they support and that support them, if you are not going to give them a rude awakening with your humanity and the righteous passion, the strength of your righteous passion that they cannot match, right? No matter what they say, they cannot match the strength of righteous passion. They just cannot match it. So either you're going to rise up, or you're going to give them a rude awakening, or I promise every single one of you, you are all going to have. You think you've had a rude awakening, it's been coming slow, this gradual darkness coming over everybody, the depression that everybody's even more trying to escape and trying to look on the bright side. Well, there is no fucking bright side. There is no bright side. Ignorance is bliss until the time of the rude awakening. So you can't say I haven't warned you. I have warned. I have explained reality. As I say, go through my videos. Go and check out Bitcoin, the numbers racket. Okay? Selling our DNA, selling our very humanity to these fuckers that abuse and murder children and traffic children, who are selling our humanity to that consciousness. They're the ones that are going to have power and control over the script of our DNA that belongs to this universe. And what right has any human being who is not fully adhered to universal law of abundance and compassion, upholding all our rights, what right has any human being who is not fully aligned with that universal law, what right have they to mess around with our DNA under their Luciferian law of right equals might to do as thy will? Oh, I can do whatever I want, I'm rich and powerful. You dirty fucking bastards. And as I say, you need to watch my last video about Bitcoin. I'm going to leave you the link to it under this. Please do watch it. We're facing an existential threat. Now, you're either going to get up off your backside and start organising, and especially you professional people, you need now to start speaking out. Because I tell you now, Britain and America, you won't need to kick your immigrants out. They're going to flee. At least they've got somewhere to fucking go. Where have you got to go, Brits? Where have you got to go, Americans?